Hi, this is Flash, your squatter hunter, and this is Squatter Talk Tuesday. So today I want to talk about the importance of videoing and how video evidence can be crucial when you're approaching your squatter or your non-paying tenant or anyone that you might think could create some sort of drama or just a reason to be able to protect yourself. I know that my body cams that are provided me by Veripic, this in many cases I consider my biggest defense, my biggest weapon, the ability to be able to video, all interactions. For me, my guys, it's very important. Now, if you want to purchase a body cam, you can go onto my website and go into go into the section where I have products that I endorse. Anyway, Veripic is my choice for body cams. So now. You can use a cell phone, you can use a GoPro, but I suggest that anytime you're going to interact with someone, that you might think that you need to protect yourself from, I suggest using cameras. I'm going to tell a story about a case that I'm on right now and how listening to me actually helped the homeowner in dealing with their squatter / non-paying tenant. So I want to go into that story as well. So here we go. Video can be crucial. Okay. So I have a situation in, let's take that off. A situation in Los Angeles, California, just outside, it's like border, maybe Culver City area. I have a squatter there, non-paying tenant. Her name is Claire Faulkner. She gained access to a home that the homeowner graciously was thinking, maybe we can help out some fire victims. You remember the fires in California, the Palisades fires, and the fires outside of, Pasadena, the foothills over there. Anyway, sorry, I should know this stuff. So they thought, let's reach out. Maybe we can help someone with that are fire victims. So this person, Claire Faulkner, now supposedly, had shared at some point that she was a victim, and then gained trust from the homeowner. The homeowner allowed her to move into to her home, and was expecting, okay, if you're paying rent there and you were displaced, you're going to be paying rent here. Now, how it was expressed to me, and maybe one of my next guests can be the homeowner in this situation, and she can explain it to you. But how it was explained to me is that they suspect that it turned out that Miss Faulkner was actually maybe squatting in a location that may have, her squatting residence may have displaced her. So, it's I have to be careful, because allegedly is the word I need to use. I don't know that she was previously squatting. I do know the facts in this case that I'm working on. The fact is she wasn't paying rent. She has been ordered by a judge to vacate the property. And I had the pleasure of doing an intervention with Miss Faulkner. I approached with law enforcement. We went to the door, and she cracked the door enough for me to give her a letter, of intent, trying to mediate the situation. She chose to basically say, and I'm going to expose all this video. She chose to just say, you're not an attorney. I'm not talking to you. I don't give you permission to video me. Get off my property. I explained to her that I didn't need to video her. The fact is, I have more video than I would need of her. I have much more video than I ever wanted to see of her. And you will see in an upcoming exposing squatter video. But the fact is, she has social media where she puts out pictures and videos. So whenever someone has a social media that is public and they have a public photo, public videos, I don't need permission to use those because those have already been put out public, which means they're public. So I don't need permission. So I explained to Miss Faulkner that I didn't need her permission, and I wasn't there looking for more video. I was totally fine. I was there simply to try to negotiate a vacate agreement to just expedite the situation. She chose to say, I'm going to wait for the sheriff to show up. Therefore, what I do now is I reach out to the sheriff's department and I look to expedite the situation. And in some cases, the sheriff's department will expedite it for me. They are meant, most places there are 4 or 6, this department's, I think, 8 weeks out right now. So if they have to come to a property with me anyway, then sometimes they will expedite it. So that's what I'm going to try to do for this homeowner. But, the reason I'm sharing this story is because, first of all, it's like if I approach you, by the time I approach you, I've already done my homework. I don't need anything from you. I'm legitimately trying to get your side of the story. I give you an opportunity to tell me your side. Like, I want to hear, like, is this wrong? Are these allegations wrong? I asked Miss Faulkner, are you a non-paying tenant? Are you a squatter? Let's have a conversation. Let's try to work through this. She just shut me down. I'll take you to court and, talk to my current attorney. And, I'm still waiting. She said she would have her attorney contact me. Still have not heard from an attorney. So, usually that's just the thing people say. They don't actually have one. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the fact that video can be crucial. Okay. So I had explained to the homeowner was going to be visiting the residence, and she was scared to be there, but she still had mail going to the home. So she would show up to the house to get the mail. Now, she had already visited law enforcement. She had already been told by a judge. She had already been told by her attorney that it is her house. The squatter / non-paying tenant had a bedroom, and she had full rights and permission to enter this home to get her mail or anything else she wanted to do on the property. So, but I advised her to not go to the property without a camera. So she enters the property, and you hear you hear Miss Faulkner yelling, "Get out of my house, get out of my house." I think something to the effect of, if you enter, you'll see what happens. So at that point, they're walking in. And again, I need to get the homeowner here to tell you this, but they walk in, and now she listened to me. So the beautiful part of this is we have video. This is great. So they walk in, And now keep in mind, this is live, so I'm not showing a video right now, but stay tuned. I will be exposing this squatter in an upcoming video coming out soon. So they walk in, and next thing you see is the camera guy turn the camera, and you see Miss Faulkner coming, swinging a stick and hitting the camera, hitting the guy. The camera, I don't know if both of them went down, but the camera goes down. I believe the camera guy goes down, and then recovers just in time to watch Miss Faulkner go at that point and start swinging to hit the homeowner. Now, what did video do for them? Well, video provided evidence, so now there is a warrant out for the arrest of Miss Claire Faulkner. So there's not only a judge's order saying you have to get out of this house and the sheriff is coming for you, but now there's a warrant out for her arrest for assault with a deadly weapon, assault and battery, something like that. So video was crucial there. It was cut and dry. It was, here's my evidence. The evidence shows her swinging a stick and literally hitting two people. So video protected the homeowner in that situation. She still got hit. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully didn't hurt that much and she's okay. I did see her the other day and she seems to be, doing well. But the camera did protect her rights and the ability to make the criminal pay. Okay, so cameras help prevent things. They also help prove things, right? So cameras help prevent squatters, but at the same time, cameras will also protect you from people saying things that you did or didn't do, things that you said or didn't say. Cameras are one of the most important tools that you can have, that you can afford. Cameras are really easy. You can get cameras very inexpensive these days. And most of us have a phone, and most of our phones have cameras. I think every phone now, I don't know, the old flip phones, do they have video cameras on them? I believe they had cameras. Anyway, I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a flip phone, but, cameras are very important. And, I just wanted to share that in today's video. And that story that I just shared with this squatter / non-paying tenant, I want to express the fact that even if you are trying to do something nice for somebody, even if your heart is all in it and you are trying to help somebody, you still should protect yourself. Documents, people, get documents. Get a copy of their driver's license. Find out how they're going to pay their rent. Get all of the documents. Don't forget your responsibility to yourself when you're trying to help somebody else. So, I love that you want to help out fire victims, but protect yourself and still ask the hard questions. Do you have ID? Copy of driver's license? Do you have work information? Can you pay a deposit? There's still going to be red flags. Okay. If the people aren't who they say they are, you're going to see the red flags. Don't ignore them just because your heart is trying to do something good. Because remember, the first number one thing you have to do is protect yourself and your family. So don't allow your heart to get in the way of your brain. Okay. So protect yourself, get documentation, and make sure, that the person that you're trying to help actually is someone who deserves your help. Okay. So that's, I think, the best thing I can say to you today. I want to remind you about this live, the Squatter Talk Live now is trying to give victims a voice. So if you have a story to share, it could be a story about your family, your mom, your dad, a story that, you had a non-paying tenant, or you had a squatter, or somebody you knew, and you want to share the story because you want to try to help others, reach out to me at flash@outsidetheboxwithflash.com. Tell me your story and let me get you on here to, to share with others. Now, remember, if you want to help elderly, help people that are squatter victims that can't help themselves, go onto the website. I'm the Get Out hats for helping others. You make a $100 contribution and you get a complimentary hat. And that is at squatterhunters.com. Now, the other thing, remember, Dylan Harrington, fugitive. I was on with America's Most Wanted, and we're still looking for Dylan Harrington, who unlived, is that the political way to say it, an elderly couple, just simply because they were checking on their cabin. So Dylan Harrington, if you haven't seen that video yet, watch the video titled Squatter Hunter Joins America's Most Wanted. All right. So, and if you need help with squatters, I'm sorry, not that one. If you need help with squatters, you can go on to squatterhunters.com. You can also email consultation@squatterhunters.com, and we can do a consultation and figure out an outside the box way to take care of your situation for you. And I also give some advice that might be pretty helpful to either prevent squatters or deal with the squatters or non-paying tenants that you currently have. So, all right. Well, I thank you guys for joining me this week. I appreciate, every one of you. If there's any questions at all, I'm happy to answer any questions. Always on these lives, I'm there for you. If you have a specific question, I will do my best to answer it. So remember, if you have an intruder, a squatter, somebody that doesn't belong in your property, it's property. Don't risk your life or your family's life. Don't approach them on your own. Call law enforcement. The one thing, regardless of where you live, that law enforcement is supposed to do is protect you and make sure you're safe. Get them to come out, assess the situation. But when they get to the point where they tell you it's a civil matter and there's nothing they can do, that's when you want to reach out to me, the Squatter Hunter, and let's figure out outside the box methods. Okay? All right. Take care now. I'll see you next week. I'm looking to have another guest join us next week to share their story. All right. Take care now. Love you all. Bye.